I'm about to kick things up a notch on this channel, and if you are seeing this video or of me the very first time, welcome. I just want to share. I thought I'd have some fun with this moody light. My name is Jennifer. I have been posting on here since February 2nd, pretty actively, more long form content. And I just started a 100-day streak. I think I'm on day 6 or 7. And I wanted to share a little bit about the intention for this channel, for this expression, so that you know if this is a place for you, if this has value for you. I also want to share, and the impetus for jumping on here without a very big plan is that I'm about to take what used to be an annual pilgrimage. I'm going to be going to my healing place, Mount Shasta, California, and I am going to take you with me. So if that's interesting to you, that whole experience, I'll share a little bit about my prep, I'll share a little bit of my journey, and I'll definitely find time, even though I'm not going to be actively posting while I'm there, I will be recording videos and footage because I want that experience to be something that I can share and encourage and inspire you to find and create your pilgrimage, your experience. My background is over 20 years in successive leadership roles mostly inside organizations. My career started in fashion retail. I spent 10 years working at Gap Inc., mostly at Banana Republic, and it was an amazing place to begin your career. I have only but amazing memories. It was powerful. They had amazing leadership development programs. It really supported me and met me in this desire to want to learn and lead, because in retail, just like in hospitality, you have a lot of opportunity to learn and grow because it really requires you to be somebody who's fully engaged and you're a hustler. And so if you're somebody who learns by doing, you will thrive in those environments. It's hard work. It's not for the faint of heart, but it was a powerful place for me to begin my journey, my professional journey. And it prepared me and supported me in so many ways. After that, I ended up going on and being a part of a startup retailer and lived in Manhattan for 4 years. That was unbelievable. Dream job. It was a powerful culmination of everything I had done for 10 years at Gap Inc. And then I ended up going on to Sony, and then my career moved into other genres. I went into academia, I went into a nonprofit, I went into healthcare, and that was actually the last role I was in inside an organization where I was hired 3 months before the pandemic started. Like, who could have predicted that? Not any of us. That being said, I wanted to share a little bit about that, but really I have been on a mission for as long as I can remember. I have been on a personal growth mission that really moved into a spiritual path that isn't the traditional spiritual path, meaning I found a master's program when I was looking for that secondary education in my late 20s in spiritual psychology. I was not looking for that. I was looking for potentially going into a marriage and family therapy or a counseling psychology, even though I really didn't want to do that. I just thought it was the smart thing to do, and I did know I wanted graduate school. But I found this program. It was clearly meant to be, and it prepared me and gave me a skill set that I still believe is very unique, and in many ways, elite's not the word I really want to use because it's not intended to be better than, but it is a very unique and powerful skill set on how to function and be and relate with yourself and the world. And it gave me a vocabulary, it gave me a way of being, and it gave me an understanding of who I am as it relates to being in this life and in this embodiment, and how I can choose to engage with my entire life, every facet, whether it's relationships, whether it's sense of self, whether it's, taking care of myself, mind, body, spirit, you name it. And it really met me at the part of myself that was actually already forming starting in high school when I was reading books and trying to seek answers to questions that were way bigger than my brain and my life experience could actually meet. But now, after many years and after applying that course of study for over 20 years in all of my leadership roles, mainly I ended up moving forward mostly into leadership development and organizational development because I was very much captivated and caring about the amount of time that we humans spend inside our work in our jobs, and how much I felt that organizations who employed people, that they had a moral obligation to be really aware of that impact, because how a human develops and who they believe they are and who they become impacts all of the world, not just the people that they procreate, but how they engage in the world and society. So that's been where my mind has been caring and focused on for as long as I can remember. I am somebody who very much feels called and drawn to eliminating suffering wherever I can, wherever I'm able. And I've been able to satiate this and share this and use this and serve in the ways that I can through the gifts I have, but also through the education and the experience that I've gained that has helped me become more able. That being said, I am on a path that is not necessarily common or for the faint of heart. So the niche or the the people that I'm drawing towards me, I have found I shouldn't say I have found that as though they've been coming. It's more that as I've created my online presence, I realize I've been trying to learn and apply all this advice, but it has often taken me away from truly being myself, from finally stepping into the opportunity of actually no longer hiding, no longer editing, no longer trying to be the square peg in the round hole that often requires us inside organizations. So I come from the awareness and the context that we are not humans with souls. We are souls having, using, and learning from our human experience. And that removes a certain lens, even though it's hard to remember that every day, that what's happening in the world is not just all that there is, that we're a part of something so much bigger. That being said, I am embodied. I'm here. My name is Jennifer. I'm mixed race Mexican American. I was raised by a single mom, and all of that colors who I am and how I show up and how I see the world and how I learn to process and continue to define and refine what I'm meant to be and do here. And my intention really is to be of service. I have already experienced a level of fulfillment in what I've been able to be a part of. And now my intention is in building and creating businesses and really experiences, perhaps a social enterprise that's focused on women. But that my point is like I am a leader naturally, and I'm really interested in being a voice and an example and a guide for women who are seeking to really step into who she's truly meant to be, who she truly is, but where the world and all these assignments that we've taken on has distracted us from really knowing that, from pausing that, from skipping that, from being sidelined into that. That's very common. That's not unusual. That's the norm. So this channel is really going to be talking a lot about our inner workings, our inner operating system, all the ways that I've learned to understand and how I've become educated, and then how I have learned to express and articulate ways that I believe can be helpful in helping others become more aware of who they are. And that for me, because I have a very analytical mind and can be very heady and intellectual and get caught up in that, I know that that's not uncommon. I know a lot of us are that way. And when we can kind of understand more about how we became who we are, that becomes the like threshold that can open up so much more. So I talk a lot about our inner operating system and how you became who you are, and all the different things that help you understand how you might see the world, how you might relate to the world, how you are holding yourself back, not intentionally, and really also be the voice and the encouragement and empowerment of how important it is for you to live into your soul's fullest expression, because that is not only for you, it's for the world, it's for the planet. It's for the planet at this time, but also beyond. And there are no accidents. There are no two snowflakes alike. You are on purpose and intentional, even if you don't realize it and it's not consciously aware in what you're doing every day. But if you're still listening to this, then that means that you are on that path. You are drawn to that path. You are attracted to that path. You are waking up and you are ready. So thank you for listening. I am posting every day, and I'm looking forward to taking you with me to my pilgrimage to Mount Shasta. And feel free to introduce yourself below. Let me know more about you. I would love to hear more about you, where you are on your path, what your dreams are. And many of the women that I'm here to guide and support and lead, and only the way that I can, because I'm not saying I have all the answers, are women that have created really powerful things in their life. But they've often stayed just one or two steps, back, or I don't want to say below, but under what they really are here to do. And or you're doing work in a really powerful way, but it's not what is why you're here. It's not for you. It supported you in getting here, but it's not where you're really meant to make your mark. So I could go on and on about this. I'm going to wrap this up, but I wanted to take a moment to share a little bit about who I am and what you'll be hearing on this channel. I will also talk about real wealth, which is an ethos. You'll hear me share more about that. I'll be talking about money. I'll be talking about leadership and self-leadership. I'll be talking about patriarchy and the role of woman and feminine, and all the ways that I can only be the best example of myself and share my knowledge, but encouraging and bringing information. My intention is to bring information in the most neutral way, because it's not about taking sides. It's about becoming informed so that you can be empowered. When you hear something that rings a bell for you, it's not because I'm telling you something that you don't already know. It's because I'm making you and reminding you of something that you actually intrinsically know. And it's like, oh yes, oh yes. You know that feeling, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to hear things like that from me, but that's not because I'm speaking something into you that you don't. I mean, I speak into her, but that's when we're on a one-on-one. What you're going to hear from me here is going to be me reminding you of what you already know. And I can't wait. Until next time.